You know what's strange? You finally have the time to sleep, no alarm clock, no office, no kids rushing through the hallway, and yet, sleep feels harder than ever. You lie down early, pull the blanket up to your chin, and close your eyes. But your mind won't stop. Your legs twitch. Your body shifts every few minutes. Hours pass. And when you finally do fall asleep, you wake up feeling like you never went to bed. Is that what getting older means? More time to rest, but less rest in that time? No. That's not how it has to be. In fact, thousands of seniors across Europe and North America are quietly proving something powerful. You can reclaim restful, healing sleep, no matter your age. And in this video, you'll discover 5 simple habits, backed by research and real-life experience, that help rebuild deep, energizing sleep after 60. So, before we dive in, where are you watching from today? I'd love to know. And if you care about your health, peace of mind, and waking up feeling human again, go ahead and like this video and subscribe for more real tools inspired by elderly wisdom, senior health, and reflections on aging with grace and strength. Let's begin with something most people overlook entirely. Habit number 1. Reset your internal clock with sunlight, within 30 minutes of waking up. Your sleep doesn't actually start at night. It begins in the morning. Your body runs on a 24-hour internal timer called the circadian rhythm, which tells your brain when to be alert and when to rest. But here's the problem. As we age, this clock gets blurry. It stops responding to signals as clearly. And if you stay indoors too long or delay your exposure to light, your brain doesn't know when to power down at night. Take Margaret, 74, from Galway. She used to wake up groggy, nap during the day, and then toss and turn at bedtime. But her doctor suggested one change. Open the curtains and get outside within half an hour of waking up, even if it was cloudy. That morning light, even just 10 minutes of it, reset her rhythm. Within days, her body naturally began feeling sleepy around 9:30 p.m., and she stayed asleep longer. Studies from the Sleep Research Society confirm it. Exposure to morning light boosts melatonin production later in the evening, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. So if you want better sleep tonight, start by walking outside tomorrow morning. No sunglasses. Just natural light in your eyes, even through a window. Let your body remember what rhythm feels like. And now that your body knows when to sleep, let's help it know how to stay asleep. Habit number 2. Strengthen your legs during the day to calm them at night. Ever feel like your legs just can't settle down at bedtime? Like there's a buzzing inside them? That's not your imagination, it's a real condition called nocturnal restlessness, and it becomes more common after 60 due to reduced circulation, magnesium deficiency, or inactivity. One simple fix? Gentle leg exercises during the day, not at night. James, 77, from Vancouver, began doing light squats while brushing his teeth, calf raises while washing dishes, and a 15-minute walk after dinner. Within a week, the strange tingling in his legs began to fade. His sleep became deeper. And for the first time in months, he didn't wake up at 2 a.m. needing to pace the room. Why? Because when you move your legs, you're supporting blood flow, regulating minerals, and sending signals to the nervous system that say, "We've done our job today. It's time to rest." This doesn't mean you need to hit the gym. Just be consistent. Walk. Stretch. Keep the legs active during daylight, so they don't demand attention at night. And speaking of nighttime, habit number 3. Create a reverse alarm, a cue that tells your brain sleep is coming. Think of how children have bedtime routines: bath, story, lights out. Their brains associate those steps with winding down. But somewhere along the way, adults lose that structure. We go from the chaos of TV, phones, emails, straight to bed, and expect our brains to switch off. That doesn't work. Especially not after 65, when your brain needs more help transitioning into sleep. So here's what you do: set a reverse alarm, a fixed cue 1 hour before bed that begins your wind down ritual. For Alice, a 71-year-old widow in Melbourne, her cue was lighting a lavender candle and playing a specific piano playlist. The moment she lit the candle, her brain knew. We're done for today. She'd do a bit of reading, drink warm chamomile tea, then head to bed. After months of poor sleep, this tiny habit helped her fall asleep without pills. You could use soft lighting, a warm shower, or even folding clothes in silence. The action itself doesn't matter. What matters is consistency, teaching your brain to shift gears every single night, like a train easing into the station. Now, I want to ask you something. When was the last time you slept 8 full hours, without waking, and rose with clarity, not confusion? If it's been too long, stay with me. These habits aren't just science, they're lifelines. Small, doable changes that put rest back in your hands. We still have 2 more powerful habits to cover that may surprise you. One of them has to do with food timing, and the other with a forgotten emotional trigger that wrecks sleep more than caffeine ever could. Are these helping so far? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe. These reflections, insights, and science-backed habits exist because you matter. Your rest matters. Your health matters. And you deserve to greet the morning with strength, not exhaustion. Let's continue, because sometimes, the real reason you're not sleeping has nothing to do with your pillow, your blanket, or even your bedtime. It has to do with what, and when, you eat. You've probably heard that eating too late isn't good for digestion. But did you know that what you eat for dinner can either fuel your sleep or completely destroy it? Habit number 4. Eat an early, protein-rich dinner and avoid sugary snacks before bed. Here's what's happening in your body. After 65, insulin sensitivity declines, and your ability to stabilize blood sugar through the night becomes weaker. That means if you eat something sweet or starchy close to bedtime, a cookie, a glass of juice, white bread, your blood sugar will spike, then crash a few hours later, triggering a cortisol surge that jolts you awake. Mary, 73, from Kansas City, loved having a slice of pie or cereal at night. She thought it helped her relax. But around 2 or 3 in the morning, she'd always wake up, hot, heart racing, anxious. Once she swapped her evening snack for something protein-based, like cottage cheese, boiled eggs, or a handful of nuts, those wake-ups became rare. Here's the key. Protein stabilizes your blood sugar and keeps your energy even through the night. It also supports the production of tryptophan, which helps your brain make melatonin naturally. Dinner by 6:30 or 7 p.m. is ideal. Add a lean protein, chicken, fish, tofu, beans, and combine it with healthy fats and fiber. Then close the kitchen. Let your body focus on rest, not digestion. And if you must have a bedtime snack, keep it light. A small piece of cheese. A teaspoon of peanut butter. Herbal tea. But no sugar. No caffeine. No processed carbs. Speaking of caffeine, caffeine after 1 p.m. might still be in your system at midnight. Your body's caffeine clearance rate slows significantly after 60. That means that the afternoon coffee you enjoy at 3 p.m., half of it might still be in your bloodstream 10 hours later. David, 68, from Bristol, didn't believe it at first. He'd been drinking coffee in the afternoon his whole life. But after switching to herbal tea post-lunch, he noticed something shocking. He began falling asleep faster, without changing anything else. And it wasn't just sleep onset. His dreams returned. His sleep felt deeper. He didn't wake up groggy anymore. Caffeine sensitivity increases with age. Even chocolate or black tea late in the day can quietly disrupt your sleep stages. So if you're tired all day but wired at night, take a look at your caffeine window. Cutting it off by early afternoon could change everything. But physical triggers are only half the story. Let's talk about something deeper. Something almost every older adult experiences, but few want to say out loud. Habit number 5. Let go of racing thoughts before bed by writing them down. You know the feeling. You're in bed. Eyes closed. Lights off. But your mind? Still wide awake. You think about a conversation from 3 weeks ago. A bill you forgot to pay. That noise the car made yesterday. The ache in your left hip. That friend you haven't heard from in months. This mental chatter, this invisible to-do list, becomes louder with age. Why? Because your days are quieter. There's more space for thoughts to rise. And without the rhythm of work or raising kids, your mind grabs anything it can to stay busy, even at 10 p.m. The solution? A simple brain dump ritual. Nancy, 69, from Dublin, keeps a notebook on her nightstand. Each night, before brushing her teeth, she writes down 3 things. First, what she did today. Second, what she's worried about. Third, what she's grateful for. It takes 5 minutes. But that small act tells her mind, you've been heard. You don't need to keep repeating yourself. Neuroscientists call this externalizing cognition, and it works. Studies from the University of Texas found that journaling before bed significantly reduces overthinking, lowers nighttime anxiety, and improves sleep depth, especially in older adults. Because when your mind is unburdened, your nervous system can relax. And when your nervous system relaxes, sleep comes naturally. Now let me ask you something, and be honest. When was the last time you gave yourself permission to rest without guilt? Without feeling like you should be doing something? Without planning tomorrow in your head before today has even ended? That kind of rest is healing. That kind of rest brings clarity, balance, peace. And you deserve it, not because you've checked off enough boxes or earned it through exhaustion, but simply because you are alive. So, let's bring this together. You now have 5 habits that can transform your nights. Get natural morning light to reset your clock. Move your legs during the day for nighttime calm. Use a reverse alarm to guide your brain into rest. Eat smart in the evening, early, with protein, low sugar. Clear your thoughts on paper to silence the noise. Each of these is simple. But don't mistake simple for small. Because these are the very things, ignored by most doctors, overlooked by most pills, that actually rebuild healthy sleep from the inside out. And no matter how long you've struggled, you can start again. Tonight. I want to know, are you going to try one of these habits tonight? Which one feels most doable to you? Leave a comment below, and let us know where you're watching from. If this video helped you understand sleep in a new way, give it a like, and subscribe so we can keep sharing tools for elderly health, reflections, and life lessons from the wise. You've made it this far, so give yourself a moment. Breathe. And remember, restful sleep isn't a luxury. And it's never too late to begin again. Let's take a breath together. Because if you're still here, that means something powerful. It means you're not just looking for tips. You're looking for change. And more than that, you believe it's still possible. After all, sleep isn't a luxury. It's not some extra thing to squeeze in when everything else is done. Sleep is the foundation. The silent pillar that holds up your memory, your mood, your strength, and even your will to keep moving forward. And the truth is, when sleep begins to return, so do you. You begin to recognize yourself again. Not just in the mirror, but in how you think, how you feel, how you connect. So now that we've walked through the 5 habits that truly restore sleep in later life, let's go one step deeper. Let's talk about what healing sleep feels like. And why it matters so much more now, after 60, after 70, even after 80, than it ever did before. Because this stage of life? It deserves more than just getting by. It deserves peace. It deserves energy. And yes, it deserves joy. What happens when you finally sleep again? Imagine this. You open your eyes in the morning, and you don't feel dizzy, or heavy, or grumpy. You take a breath, and there's space in your chest, not tightness. You swing your legs over the edge of the bed, and they feel steady, not stiff. Your mind? Clearer. Your heart? Calmer. Your motivation? Back. That's what healing sleep gives you. Not just the ability to get through the day, but the desire to engage with it. To cook. To walk. To laugh. To plan something next week. To say yes to life again. Because when you're constantly tired, life shrinks. You cancel outings. You skip appointments. You stop picking up the phone. You start saying maybe later when what you really mean is I'm just too tired. But when rest returns, so does curiosity. So does movement. So does hope. It's not about sleeping like you did at 30. It's about waking up feeling ready to be you again. Why now matters more than ever. You see, after 60, sleep does something it never did before. It stops being just about energy. It becomes about preservation. Preservation of your mind. Your immune system. Your ability to stay on your feet. Your independence. Did you know that seniors who sleep well have a 52% lower risk of developing Alzheimer's over the next decade? That poor sleep is one of the leading contributors to falls, confusion, and medication mismanagement. It's all connected. Rest isn't passive. It's repair. And the deeper the rest, the stronger the body and brain becomes. So when you say, I want to sleep better, you're not just chasing comfort. You're protecting everything that makes you you. And that deserves effort. Not pressure. Not perfection. But loving, intentional effort. But what if it still feels hard? Let's talk about that. Because forming new habits, especially after a lifetime of doing things a certain way, can feel like a mountain. Some nights, you'll want to give up. Some mornings, you'll wonder if it's worth it. Some routines won't work right away. That's okay. You're not trying to fix yourself. You're simply learning to support yourself again. Think of it like gardening. You don't plant a seed and expect a flower the next morning. You water. You wait. You trust. And one morning, you'll wake up and realize you didn't wake up at 1 a.m. You didn't need to nap at noon. You didn't forget what day it was. You just lived your day. Fully. Present. And rested. That is your new normal. If you keep showing up for it. A final habit no one talks about, forgiveness. There's one more habit that might matter more than all the others. And it's not in any textbook. It's not written on your doctor's chart. It's this: forgive yourself for being tired. So many older adults carry guilt about slowing down. They think, I should be stronger. I used to be able to do more. Why can't I just sleep like I used to? Let that go. Your body is not broken. It's just asking for something different. Something softer. Something kinder. Instead of punishing yourself for not being who you were, thank yourself for who you are. A person who still tries. Still cares. Still hopes. And that is more than enough. Let's remember together. Morning light tells your brain when to sleep. Gentle movement during the day calms the legs at night. A wind-down ritual tells the mind, we're safe now. Protein-rich dinners fuel rest, not restlessness. And putting your thoughts on paper creates silence within. Each habit is a doorway. Each night is another chance to walk through it. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to begin. Before we close, I want to ask, where are you watching from? What part of this spoke to you? What habit are you going to try tonight? Leave a comment. Not just for me, but for someone else watching who feels exactly like you. Because connection doesn't stop after 60. It just changes form. And if you found this content valuable, if it helped you feel more seen, more informed, or more hopeful, please like this video and subscribe. Not for numbers, but so this message can reach more people who still want to live, not just exist. This channel is about elderly motivation, senior health, life lessons from the wise, and gentle reminders that it's never too late to heal. So tonight, when you lay your head on the pillow, know that you're doing something sacred. You're saying yes to rest. Yes to life. Yes to you. Here's to deeper nights, brighter mornings, and peaceful years ahead. Sleep well. You've earned it.